Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm River, and you're listening to The
The
Book
Book
Fairies.
I wish I was Liz.
I wish I was River. But tonight we are.
So it's been a while since we've gotten to podcast together.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
feels really long ago.
Yeah, it does. Like thinking about it, it feels like it's been at least a month or more.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a month. But I don't know.
You're-
Time is weird.
Time is a concept.
Yeah. Time is a fleeting thing. No, I don't know. Anyway.
I love when you do that. It's my favorite. You're like, never mind. No, but I was busy with my sister for a little bit. She had her twins. Woohoo!
Woo!
Go babies and stuff. No, congratulations to her. But yeah, so and after that I came home and I just was like exhausted and tired and sick, and I feel like I'm finally getting over all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for today's topic.
Yeah.
But before we get into
Meanwhile, you also made an autism account, which is super
Yes.
cool, and I'm very excited about that. That you allow yourself to figure yourself out some more.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like seeing other people's posts and being like, do I identify with that? Or like, how do I identify with that?
Yeah, or you see something and you're like, damn, that's so true.
Yeah.
And then something clicks. And for me, it's so many times that I just have something like click, click.
Yeah, I know for sure. And I wasn't going to do it because I just felt like I
Inadequate because
yeah, I just didn't feel like it was correct for me to like make an account, but because I'm not like professionally diagnosed.
But do you see how many people post about that and how many people say
Yeah.
like you're so valid to be self-diagnosed?
Yeah, so my psychiatrist and my therapist both, I am on the spectrum, but I have to be professionally diagnosed by like, I forget what they call it, but so it's like it's there, but I just haven't had like the sign off of like, yes, you are autistic.
Yeah, the suspicions are there, but it's not on paper yet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing with my daughter. Like we only just reached a conclusion from her doctor stating that she has ADHD, and I'm positive that she also is on the spectrum. Like
Yeah.
she is some form of autistic. Which is like it runs in our family. So my sister has two autistic kids, a boy and a girl, and she found out like years ago that her son was autistic, but at the time it was called Asperger's.
Yeah.
And they didn't know a lot about it.
No.
And so she had a lot of issues, and he's like 13, almost 14 now, so it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then her daughter was recently diagnosed, and then my other sister had her son, and right away they saw signs that he was on the spectrum, and so he has ADHD and autism, as well as her younger son. So it just runs in our family, like it's just like a thing.
Yeah.
You know. But it's really cool because I feel like I can finally like be around people that understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't feel, and the worst part is like this is the frustrating thing that I've noticed is like when I try to describe to someone, like now I'm like accepting of it. I'm like, okay, I have autism and I am this way. A lot of like neurotypical people will be like, well, I have that too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it's not the same. Like it's not the same. Like for example, like social anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and needing to fiddle with something. Like I've gone for so long without fidget toys and stuff. So I do little things like I'll tug on this.
Yeah.
Or if I have like a hairband, I'll do this with a hairband.
Oh yeah.
Around,
I do that a lot too.
Yeah, but that's, like, before you knew that, like, oh, fidget toys? Like, hell yeah, like, I love fidget toys, but,
Yeah.
like, before that, like, you just had to, like, use what was because you didn't know you were different, like,
Hmm.
you know?
Meanwhile, for the listeners, I'm holding up my Tangled to River.
I know it's so cute. I wanna get one of those metallic ones
Yeah,
because I
me
feel like
too. Like
I'll buy you
I
one.
want a purple metallic one, and I also want a textured. And I saw there's green textured ones, but then the little
Mm.
things are like it's om and om, and one is textured, and then the other is transparent, but green,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
really
I
cool.
love it.
And you also have have velvet ones, which I'm just very curious about.
I love that. Velvet would probably be really interesting, but
Yeah, I really didn't know
yeah.
what the fuss was all about with tangles until I got one, just to see what the fuss was all about. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, dang, this is my new favorite thing.
Did you just say hot dang? Hot
Yeah, I did.
dang.
And
I
what
love
about
it.
it?
Yeah, no. And I also love the fact that like we can bond over that. That's like another thing that we can bond over, you know.
Yeah.
Just yeah, like obviously like our brains work differently, but we still have a lot of things that like we can relate to one another
Uh
with.
huh. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's really cool for you as well to have that made that account, because the community is really cool as well, because it kind of feels like you you actually can talk the way you are normally talk, but people actually understand it, which is
Yeah, and they don't look
amazing.
at you like why, you know?
No, or when you're very excited about special interests and stuff, they're just like, "Wow, way to go! It's so nice that you're so excited about
Oh
it."
my god, the first post I did about my special interest of moths, I was like, I know so much shit about moths. I know so
Yeah.
much.
Wasn't Isn't it so fun to make posts
Yeah,
about
and it's
it?
just like it just confirms like how weird you are. Like, well, not weird. I'm just like weird and
Different.
special. Weird and I'm
Yeah.
very special.
No, but we're like, in the world, neurotypical people are seen as normal,
Yeah.
and then everything else is looked at as weird.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just different.
Yeah, like and it's so interesting because like some people can like have like an interest in something, but they don't it doesn't consume them the way that it would for us. Like
Yeah, especially
yes.
hyperfixations. They are so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And people normally don't have that, like the neurotypical people don't, and I'm just like,
It's and it
wait.
doesn't last forever. That's the thing. Like hyperfixations don't last forever,
Yeah.
but like I'll give you
No.
an example. I have been downloading those like really cheesy like app games where like the ones that are like
Uh-huh.
super simple, like pull the thing and like match the color. But I can't stop
Oh
myself
yeah.
from like not buying, but like downloading all of them because I just want to try them now. Like
Hmm.
that's a thing that I'm into right now. That's like a hyper fixation, and I know eventually it'll stop. But like right now, I'm in it. I'm like I need to play all the little tiny games.
Yeah, and then it's all you can think about and all
Yeah,
you want to do. And then suddenly it's
yeah,
all gone. And you're just left feeling empty, and it's just like, what do we do now?
yeah. Like where do I put all this
Yeah,
energy? Yeah.
exactly. Anyways, today we have a very special topic.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you've
Oh, sorry.
like right before we get into it,
Hmm.
if there's any other books that you've been reading aside from this one.
Oh, loads. Um, I have a month of free audiobooks now. So
What?
I've been really like, how do you say that? Binging audiobooks.
Yeah.
I I even read an entire book today. Like, I listened to a book from beginning to end
What book?
today. um, We Are Lost and Found again. I read that last year, last autumn, and I was just really I was thinking about it a lot lately, and I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna listen to it this time.
Yeah.
and I'm really glad I did because it's very like comfy and cozy, but also like it's set in the 80s, but it's focusing a lot on the AIDS pandemic,
Mm,
like at the start of it. So it's also kind of like it's the characters are experiencing a lot of fear and pain and um anxiousness. Like uh, the main character just wants to laugh and he doesn't know if he can. So it's kind of like sad in a way,
yeah.
but it's also really beautiful and cool.
Yeah. It's interesting. I feel like that topic is coming up a lot lately. Like being in the 80s or the early 90s and AIDS being like I was telling you about the Midnight Club, one of the characters in there has AIDS and he's gay
Hmm.
and he you don't know it, but he ends up cutting his finger and he freaks out like super bad.
Uh-huh.
It's not like a ton of blood, but he freaks out and he runs away. And the main character's like, "What the why what it's just a small cut, like why does that matter?" And they're all like, "It
Yeah.
matters to him because he has AIDS." And like at the time that was like very scary for those people. Anyways, yes.
Um, I can speak about it, of course, but it must have been a really scary time.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. I also read They Never Learn, which is by Lane Fargo, I think, and it was really cool. I don't think you will like it though, because it's really based on like abuse and stuff. So I, I while
Mm.
I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this would River would really like this. And then this scene after that, I was like, oh, never mind. And that would be like a repeat occurrence.
No, no, I don't mind. I would probably listen. I would probably be fine with it. Like abuse doesn't like abuse in books is like it's fine. I mean, it's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's like a vigilante sort of vibe.
I love it.
Um, yeah, it's really cool.
Nice. Ready for it.
And I also read Blood Countess, which is based on Elizabeth Bathory. For people who don't know, she was a countess who allegedly liked to bathe in the blood of her servants. The story goes that like it. I don't think it's proven as fact, but basically she would kill her servants to bathe in their blood in order for her to appear or to keep young, like for youth and stuff. And so this book is focusing on her, and you're in the point of view of a servant girl, and she like works her way into her inner circle, and she just unravels,
Yeah.
and she just becomes unhinged.
I want to read that book. That sounds awesome. And actually, like in witchcraft and in other stories, there were women that like would use like period blood and other things to like keep themselves young, and
Young, yeah.
sacrifices were a lot were like that a lot too. Women
Hmm.
used to think that that would keep them. I don't know. I've never done it.
The stuff people believed back in the day is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but what if it had like some truth to it though? I'm just not about to go kill someone to find out. Like, I'm good.
Those stakes would be a little bit too high.
I also don't think I'm gonna like take my period blood and smear it on my face like some women would. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean you can wash it away, I guess, but it doesn't really sound that inviting.
You're like, if that's your cup of tea.
I mean, that's your cup of blood. I mean, sure.
Good one, good one.
Thank you, thank you. What have you been reading? I know I saw that you got a new book
I
from
did.
Shay Earnshaw.
Yeah, so I got okay. So I got a couple that I just haven't read yet because I've been like, "Oh, I need to read Legends and Lattes. I need to get through it. Like I need to
No,
actually
you
sit
don't need
down."
to push yourself.
No, no, no. It's not that I'm pushing myself. Like I want to read it because it's a cozy, and I'm like, I want to feel cozy. Like it's autumn.
Yeah,
I want to feel cozy, but I just can't get myself to sit down and like read because
yeah,
on the back of my head, it's like if I have time to read, I have time to write. So it's a lot of
Oh,
guilt. It's just guilt right now.
yeah.
So
Well, oh, someone I don't know who said that, but basically, reading is sort of like studying for writing
no, you're right.
because,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that is right. And I always feel like more prepared to go into a writing session after I've read. But so I got The Pumpkin Queen. I forget who it's by, but it's about
Shay Earnshaw.
shit. Yeah, yeah. So, oh, look at you. You're on top of it.
Wow, pew, 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 pew. I only remembered because I read The Wicked Deep by her.
Oh yeah.
By the way, have you listened to that already or no?
Nope.
If you do, like it's still in our drive, but if when you finish it, we should make an episode about it because it's a really cool book and I think you would actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, I like that's the thing. Like
It's about witches.
yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'll do that.
Ah, and
Um,
legends and stuff.
yes, yes, I love that. And then the other one that I got was A Dark and Hollow Star or something.
That sounds really cool.
It does. And the thing is, I got it because it has LGBTQ character representation. I guess like all the main characters
Yay, yay.
are like queer in some way, and I'm like, hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Um
Lesbians, let's go.
yes. I'm like, you gay, let's go. um but I've heard like a lot of like mixed feelings. Like someone messaged me and they're like, I really wanted to love this book, but I don't. I'm
Oh
like,
no.
I'm trying not to let other people like give me ideas of
Oh
how I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
feel.
also learned that the hard way as well.
Yeah.
Like I don't read reviews before reading a book, but because it would taint your view of the book.
Yeah, like I mean, like what if I have like a really awesome time, but now I'm gonna be thinking the whole time like, well, why did this person hate it? Like I don't
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter, That's how I felt when I was reading the fuck is that book called again? Uh A Court of Thorns and Roses.
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah, like everybody loves that book and here I'm sitting like
Hmm.
it was like a really bad Beauty and the Beast retelling. Like it just I didn't care for it at all, and like there's so much like artwork and people talking about it. I'm just like, okay, but I'll keep my opinions to myself. Like you love what you love. I personally thought it was shit, but that's just me.
Yeah, but it's all personal reference.
Yeah,
Personal no, personal
preference.
preference. Oh, I was nearly there.
You were there. You were there. You just needed
I
to
said
pee. Yeah,
reference.
you just needed to pee in front.
Yeah. but but yeah, some of my favorite books, other people would not like it, and otherwise, like for example, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Some people bloody love it, and other people actually hate it, like with a desperate passion. And I just have never read it, so I'm just very neutral about it. But that just goes to show how much some books are for you and other books are for. Okay.
Resume.
Razum. For me, it says 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Oh, it's
No.
okay, but for me it says 21 minutes
Oh,
18.
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
Don't worry, we have it all. I got us.
you've got it. Okay. Well, small intermission and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Uh,
We
I
had a
don't
slide.
remember what.
We had a slide malfunction. I don't remember what we were talking about either. Hold on, let me think. Oh, that like it just goes to show writers that not everybody's gonna love your book, and that's okay.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
Just
gonna
write what you love.
yeah, and you're gonna find the people that are there for you, and the people that are there for the story, and like
Yeah.
there are gonna be people that fucking hate my book, and I'm gonna have to grin and bear it. They're gonna act like how I acted about A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah.
And be like, this is
Yeah.
shit. And we're like,
I guess
okay,
it's gonna be inevitable.
yeah,
Just
and
some people are just gonna hate it, but other people are gonna love it.
yeah,
So yeah.
All right, so now we can finally jump in to the topic of the
Welcome
day.
to the finally the topic of the day. And we are always so bad at the intro. It's always so long.
I know, it's so bad. Well, actually, I think, like, we should always just have it like, okay, the actual episode starts at blah blah blah. But
Yeah, we should do
every
that.
every podcast has an intro like that. Like,
True.
and if you guys don't want to listen to what we're reading or what we're like, then that's
Just
fine.
go to the point where the actual topic starts in the description, but it should be here now.
Yes,
So
I have.
for this episode it might not be very helpful, but for the next we'll make sure to add the timestamps for when the actual topic starts. So next time you won't have to suffer through us talking about all this bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just have everything laid out for you guys. But
Yes.
today's topic comes to you by Liz, who is talking
What?
about.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Legends and Lattes by Travis something. Travis Baldree. I don't know how you say that in
Me either.
English. Okay, cool. Um, Travis, thank you so much for writing this book because it's hella cool. Um, okay, it's sorry,
It's
that
okay.
was like very lame. Anyway, it's a very cool book. I read it, and River has read the beginning of it and doesn't mind spoilers. So I'm just gonna sort of explain to them what the story is and see your reaction, huh?
I can't.
Right?
I can't wait because right now I'm in a spot where they're just doing a lot of building. So
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it starts with a lot of building. So we have an orc called Viv. So Viv goes to a new city with a Scalford stone, which is sort of a gem that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Do you know what it is? Yeah.
we gotta go back. So Viv is an orc who.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah. Please be kind, rewind.
So Viv is in like this group where they go, I guess, like they do like they do like scavenging and like they kill the bad guy for money and like.
Yeah, it felt to me like there were a group of assassins.
Oh, sorry, yes, that. So
Hey.
so Viv and her group were assassins, and in this particular run, it was Viv's last run, and she was looking for a specific stone,
Yeah.
and she got it out of something strange.
I don't remember what they're called, but they're vergelijkbaar met bijen. They're kind of compared to bees because they have this hive, and the queen carries a Scalford stone in her
Yeah,
head, I
and
think.
and Viv takes it out.
She's like, murder! Oh no.
It's true. Okay, so like Viv has like this kind of like gruesome backstory from what I gathered.
Yep.
And then but she doesn't want to keep doing that.
Yeah, she's like, fuck this crazy ass life. I want to start over and I want to make a coffee shop.
Which is just like, what? I love it. Like it's
Yeah.
immediately like, okay, like damn girl, like
What the? Okay, sure.
you go after your dreams, boo. Like you will make some coffee. I love coffee. Go make a coffee shop.
Well, the thing is, she thought about it because she had some coffee in
A gnome. It was a gnome cafe,
yeah,
and she
exactly. Thank you.
really liked it. And she was like,
Ah,
"Damn."
dang! Let
She
me
was,
make that for
yeah,
myself. Yeah,
yeah. And I love that because she's this huge orc, right? And one of
yeah,
my favorite things is like when they describe like how she smiles or like her bottom teeth like have
yeah.
like
Her fangs.
her fangs. And so like I always imagine her smiling and like having like little fangs showing, like, oh, she's
Yeah.
so cute, she's just adorable in my head. But yeah, so she, like you said, she went to a new city.
Yeah. Oh, do I need to continue?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I like at that point I'm like, they're building, that's like where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. So she purchases this old livery. She goes to build. So she finds some dude who works at at the ship. She takes him into
Yeah,
yeah, his name is Kyle, and
and he's a hob. I think
a
he's a
hob.
hobbit,
Yeah,
right? Or a hob.
and I know what it is though.
Yeah. I kind of feel like they're kind of like similar to the way that she described it felt like either like a hobbit or a goblin kind of
He
hobbit.
didn't
I
talk
don't
a
know.
lot.
He talks a lot.
Well, no, he doesn't. He's like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does say some things though, like he asked her, he's like, "Are you going to be you're going to be needing a bed and stuff?" And she's like, "No, I prefer sleeping on the ground." And he was like,
Yeah. He's like, okay, well, all right then. And yeah,
Yeah.
he just starts building, and that's where you are at, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you haven't met Tandri yet,
Mm.
but you did meet the neighbor, the old lady.
And then like there's something about like the way that it's written. There's this part where she's like before she buys the livery, she has to go to the guy that owns it
Yeah.
and basically like, you know, he's kind of like a hard bargainer. She pulls out like this coin or this golden coin thing that's like worth like just like worth a lot, and he's taking a sip of an ale or something. And like this is how good the description is. He's like holding it up like this,
Hmm.
and she pulls it out, and then he's like this. You know, like the way that she describes it is so good. I wrote it down. Okay, as a serious business person to another, I don't want to waste your time. Viv leaned on an elbow and slid 8 platinum chits across the table. That's probably 80 gold sovereigns. I think that covers the value of the lot. I'm sure we can agree that the building is a loss, and I think the odds of another businesswoman tracking you down to pay in cash on the barrel is vanishing. She held his gaze. He still had the tankard to his mouth, but wasn't swallowing. Like that part, he still had the tankard to his mouth, but wasn't swallowing. Like you can imagine him just like holding it there and just staring at her and being like, "This
Yeah.
bitch means business, like serious business."
Oh yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, there was a lot of little moments like that where like you can really like visualize in the moment what's happening, and I feel like that's a very rare thing that happens with writing.
Yeah, it's written
Yeah.
really nicely. And I feel like you can go through it really quickly as well. So there's this neighbor called Lady, and she's an old lady, and she is just like sweeping the streets in front of her house. And at one point, Viv is like, "This must be the cleanest spot of street in the entire city."
I love it.
Yeah, because she's just kind of like curious of what Viv's doing. So
Yeah.
she's just making excuses.
Staring.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine her just staring and sweeping in one space, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
What's she doing over there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
No,
idly
exactly.
sweeping, but like her face is so fixated on Viv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she asks what she's gonna do, she says that she's gonna make sell coffee. And
Yeah.
then she's like, "Wait, what's that?" And then Fifth sort of says it's like tea, but not it's bean water or something. I don't know. Anyways, people keep referring to the coffee as bean water, which I think
I
is
mean
really funny.
it is.
It is, yeah. So once she's finished building, sorry if I don't have all the details anymore because it's been a couple weeks, I think, since I finished it.
No worries. Yeah, no worries.
But she wants to have a coworker or someone who will sell the
Mhm.
coffee. Enter Tandri or Tandri, whatever the fuck. Her name is. Oh no, wait. She's a succubus.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the succubi, right? Eyebrow wiggle.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I just like succubi is like a succubus like just
Yeah.
sounds so cool as a partner.
But she
Yeah,
doesn't like being that because she kind of despises that people keep being enamored by her. Like she doesn't like to
Ah,
put on the moves on people. She just wants to be someone and not be seen as this flirtatious thing. Yeah.
sex icon.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't want that. So she always wears sweaters and just very like mild clothing, just to not,
Aw.
because there's this dude who comes after her every time and she's like, no, I don't want this, and he just doesn't get the memo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, that poor girl.
yeah, and anyway, so they start the coffee shop, and it's in the beginning it's not really quickly that it goes off the ground, but then once it does, it's off the ground. Like everyone's going there, everyone wants to be there and get some coffee, and so they have normal coffee and a latte. At some point, there's this baker called Timble, and
I
he
love it.
joins the crew, kind of. Yeah.
I love it.
So he starts baking cinnamon rolls, which that shit is amazing. But
Ooh.
the way that Travis described this as well was so nice. It just felt super cozy to read about because you just know how tasty it is.
Baking is cozy, so reading about it, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, but also the smell of cinnamon
Mm.
rolls and stuff,
Yeah.
and how what the cafe smells like. And then it starts to become really hot because the Timmel is baking a lot, and then Cal comes back and installs this contraption. It's like a gnomish thing,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they call it. I think an air circulator,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
basically a fan
Yeah.
on the ceiling. But I just thought it was really funny that every sort of modern
It's a
thing
gnome
was a
thing.
gnomish.
That's because those gnomes, man, they're with it.
Yeah, they're super futuristic.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, gnomes are known to, like, tinker. Like, they're, like, little
Ah, okay,
tinkers and stuff.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
so they're builders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of
Um.
World of Warcraft and, like, how, like,
No.
they're all
No.
about that. They tinker and
Oh,
they yeah,
nice.
work with
Cool.
iron and
Um.
stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyways.
This book is also said, or on the cover it says high fantasy with low stakes, which is basically what it is. And yeah, it's just really cool. Tendry and Viv are really chill with each other. They start this like friendship, and then at one point they have I think a late evening picnic, and then Tendry says that she was in college there and stuff, and this dude from the college starts popping up because there's these ley lines under the city and he's studying them, and but in this shop it's
Mhm.
like going crazy, and he wants to figure out why, and Viv's like, shit, it's because of the Scalford stone and nobody.
Is the stone related to the beehive?
So the legend goes that if you have a Scalford stone,
Oh.
fortune comes to you. So
Okay, okay, okay,
I don't
okay.
remember the first thing, but yeah.
It makes sense though because if you think about like the queen bee, in like I don't know if they're related to bees, that like the stone would have
Yeah.
that like energy, almost like wherever it is, it like attracts like the queen
Mhm.
bee does attract her like worker bees.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it attracts fortune. Yeah, basically.
I really like how that correlates.
And there's this group of people who sort of look after all the shops there, and like sort of like a landlord, but not really.
That the guy that first came up and he was like, "What are you going to be making this
Yeah,
into?"
he
And
is.
he's kind of like a creeper.
But he keeps coming back.
So those are the bad guys in this story.
Yeah,
Is
kind of. Yeah.
yeah. If there's a villain, it's these landlords. Makes sense, right? Landlords suck.
Yeah. Well, he might suck, but maybe the entire landlord crew may not. But maybe
Yeah.
we don't know
But
here.
maybe
I found the verse that describes what Calvert Stone does. Well nigh to Talmic line, the Scalford stone of fire, draws the ring of fortune, a speck of heart's desire.
Ooh, is that in the beginning or is that later?
This is at 30% where I see this.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I haven't read that yet, so that's probably why.
yeah. So it draws the ring of fortune, a speck of heart's desire.
That makes sense.
So first, like, yeah, let me fucking start this coffee shop with this stone, so it will become very like popular or not successful. Is what I'm trying to say.
Successful,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it sounds also like it's popular and successful.
yeah, it becomes really successful, and there's this also this bard who starts popping in, and he's just like, so can I kind of like play the flute here? And they're like, yeah, sure. And he's like,
Oh,
okay. And he's very like,
I love
he's
it.
super self-conscious, and then he starts he plays the music there. But at one point, I think maybe it's in the beginning, that he comes in, and Phipps describes him as having a weird looking flute with him with strings, which basically is
Oh,
like a guitar, but they don't know that yet.
yeah.
And so then he starts playing, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?"
I love it. It's like a legit coffee shop at that point, you know what I mean? Like they have coffee and lattes and a
Yeah,
bakery and like music, like open mic. Like that's what they have.
yeah, exactly. They have live music.
I love it. Yeah, that's the whole
And
ambiance. I love
everyone
this. This is
starts
so cute.
buying these cinnamon rolls. They're super wanted. And then Timos just keeps starting to make stuff, and then he comes up with some other thing, which I don't know what it really is. I think it's a coffee koekje. I don't know what, like a coffee biscuit.
Coffee.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can dip
Awesome.
it in your coffee and it tastes better. They call it a Timble, named after him,
Mm.
which is really cute.
Uh, that's so
Yeah,
cute. I
and
love
then
it.
later on they have midnight crescents as well. Can you guess what that is?
Midnight crescents. Is it like like a croissant?
Yeah.
Oh, what's inside of it?
What do you think?
I don't know, chocolate?
Hey, ding 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 ding.
Woo! I'm like, that's what I would
Point for you.
want.
Yeah, no, it's a croissant filled with chocolate.
I love it. Oh my god, delish. Delish with
Yeah.
coffee. Mwah. Perfect. Yes, chef's kiss.
And there's this one dude who is like, how do you say that?
Zeg maar in Nederlands.
Hij is die leylijns aan het studeren.
Oh, he's studying the ley lines. That
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It ended up being so easy, but
It's okay.
yeah, he's doing that, and Viv is like, well, you need to buy something if you're gonna sit here because it's for customers, and he's like, well, I don't really like warm drinks, and he keeps saying that for a couple of times, and
Oh,
this,
here
and
comes the iced coffee. Hell
exactly.
yeah.
I was still like, when are they gonna figure out you can make iced coffee?
I love it.
Yeah. So that ends up happening as well. And yeah, so they keep every time that something news begins, you get an update of their menu. And
Ooh.
Tendry is really good at lettering. So they have this chalkboard where she just makes the menu and stuff, and that's really cool to see. Like, it's just very cozy to see them like build up this whole thing.
Yeah.
And at one point, Tendry is also like, oh, your shop, this and that, and Viv's like, no, our
Our
shop.
shop.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
No, it's really cute.
I bet. I feel like they're gonna fall in love.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yay! Sapphic love for the win!
Yay, yay. Let's go,
Woo
lesbians.
woo!
No, but yeah, they figured out hella late though. It seems like people around them just notice it,
Yeah.
because some people are making comments and then Viv's like, wait, what? And then they like, wait, oh, sorry, no, never mind.
They're like, "You guys are a really cute couple," and Viv's like, "What?"
Yeah, what you mean? And they're like, oh no,
With
wait.
her cute little tooth. What? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
what? Yeah, it's really cute.
Someone
And
likes me? What? I can just see it. I don't know. Oh, they're so
she
cute.
also starts learning the movements of Tendry's tail. So she has this tail which lashes behind her, or moves in different ways with her mood. And so Viv kind of learns um, what her mood is in, I guess. What happens with her tail.
Like depending on like the movement, she's either happy or sad or angry.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
And then at one point, um, there's this dreigement. What's it? A sort
Dra-
of a danger, kind of like. And so she has this that dude who's studying the ley lines, makes some sort of thing in her hands. He's like up on her hands, so like this witchy thingy. I
Oh,
mean, it's probably scientific for him, but he's like, okay, if this certain person enters your
your atmosphere, your
yeah, like the
yeah.
place of her shop, then you would feel this gentle
Ooh,
tug on your hand. And she's like, okay, well, what do you mean? What kind of tug? What's this? And then throughout she keeps feeling this phantom tug. And then at one point she's sleeping, and then suddenly like her hand feels like it's on fire. And like it's tearing, like it's been tearing off or something. It's like hella crazy. And she's like, well, this is not a gentle tug, what the fuck?
oh, I love it.
Like this alarm system, kind of.
Yeah.
Because that meant this guy that she was worried about is on the premises.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind. It's not
So
love
it's like, it's
related.
a warning
Yeah.
for mean things. Yeah. So that happens, and I don't know. Oh yeah, it was one of her old assassin friends, but he was not really a friend of hers. They were just colleagues who just bared each other's presence.
Yeah, like they kind of tolerated each other.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so he breaks in, sort of, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And yeah. Anyway, later on, uh, Tendry is like, "Okay, I'm gonna stay here with you because that shit was crazy, and I don't really feel like you are safe here alone. So I'm gonna keep you company," which is really sweet.
Yeah. It's like her excuse to be like, I kind of just want to hang out with you more.
Yeah, and I thought of you because they experienced like this one bad thing, and you have that trope in your book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Tenry is just like shifting around in bed and sleeping like back to back, and Viv is like, "What are you doing?" And then she's like, "Oh, I'm just readjusting my tail. It's not laying. I'm not laying comfy." Something like that. um oh shit, I forgot this crazy big thing. Okay, there's a dire cat in the shop as well, which is a really
Ooh.
big like hellcat, I think.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and this cat is just doing whatever it wants.
Like cats do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so cozy, like a coffee shop with a big cat. And she's friends with this old gnome, or maybe it's not a gnome, I'm not sure, but there's this old dude who is playing chess with himself, but the cat really
Oh,
likes him, so it's just chilling under the table with him.
oh, that's so cute. And why do animals always make me like
Yeah.
meow?
Yeah, and they make her bed as well, but she doesn't like it. She's just like, she's making bread on it just to check, and then she walks away. So
Like a cat
yeah.
does.
So one night, um, Viv wakes up to the dire cat meowing, or the cat makes sure that Viv wakes up. She sees the cat in this weird light. She's like, wait, this is not moonlight, this is very green. She's like, what? And then she looks, because her sleeping quarters are
Okay.
this loft above the shop. But turns out her shop's on fire.
Fuck.
Yeah, by green flames, which are like, it's different from real flames because these green ones are merely impossible to put out.
Like magical. It's like some kind of like cursed flames
Yeah,
or something.
basically. Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
tries to she smolder the flames with
Yeah. She
water.
tries to put
Yeah,
them out.
exactly, but it's
Yeah.
just
All right.
sizzles.
That's not scary at all.
Nope, it's not. So she tries to escape with Tandri, and and she also tries to salvage the coffee maker and I think some other things. But it's just like this. I don't want to say intense scene because I was like, sure, they're gonna figure it out. But it's like, oh, I can't find a way out. Oh no, we gotta do this and that, and things start falling because it's all on fire and stuff. And
Oh
yeah,
no. The whole thing is on
the whole
fire?
thing is on fucking fire.
Oh
The
shit.
entire thing, and
Okay.
the fire
That's
spreads.
pretty
You
intense.
know.
I like how you're like, it's fine, they'll figure it out. I'm like, her shop is on fire right now.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty intense.
All right.
So she escapes from the fire together with Tandri, but she wants to find the stone as well. Yeah, she grabs her safe.
Oh, okay.
She saves her safe.
She saves her safe. She saves her safe.
Yeah, and also the coffee maker and Tandri, of course. She has the Scalford stone hidden underneath a flagstone on the floor. Like it's kind of like cobblestones. So she has one stone, and underneath that she has the Scalford stone.
Well, it's interesting because Cal sees that. Yeah, while he's building, but he doesn't say
Oh,
anything because it shines.
oh, grappig.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. 'Cause I was like, damn, Cal, don't tell anybody.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, she sees that it kind of looks off, but she doesn't have time because the flames. And so the fire brigade comes around and stuff, and they try to put it out, but it can't. So it burns all the way to the ground. And then
Her whole shop burns to the ground.
yeah,
Oh,
no, it does. It's like that.
Liz, that is an intense
Yeah.
moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Figuring it out would have been like somehow they stop the fire, but like she loses her fucking coffee shop.
No, everything is all gone.
Oh my god.
It's really sad and dramatic
Yeah!
moment. Do you now regret that you were like, oh, spoilers
No,
are
no, I
fine?
did not.
Do you
No,
regret
my
that now?
favorite is just that you're like, it was fine. And then it's like, no, she lost her fucking. Do you know how many chapters were dedicated to just building that fucking shop? There's at least
Yes.
3 or 4. Like, Cal be working. Cal be working for a long ass time. There was a lot of description about the wood in specific. Like, that shit's burnt. It's done.
Everything burned to the ground. It's all fucking gone, okay?
Intense. I would definitely describe that as an intense scene. All right, so coffee shop gone. Done.
Yeah,
Done.
true. Okay, it's gone. Fifth's to press the fuck, which is expectable. She wallows for a while in Tandri's house, really sad. And then Cal's like, all right, well, when do we start rebuilding it? And she's like, wait, what?
I love Cal.
I thought this was the end of it. I mean, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, this is just a setback. Don't let them win.
Oh, I love him. Cal is like
Yeah, he's really
I
cool.
really like Cal a lot.
Yeah.
He be
And
doing the
so
most.
he be a really supportive friend, okay?
Yeah, he is. We all need a Cal in life.
Yeah.
Not just for support, but also because he can build things. So,
Very handy. Very handy. So they start rebuilding, and then Timble comes around as well, and he starts helping, and then people from the community start helping it as well. Yeah, it's really cute.
you're
Like
gonna
everyone
cry.
who, like the regulars and stuff, they try to help with however they can. Oh
I'm
no!
gonna cry.
Oh,
I love them. I can't wait to read this. Okay.
yeah, it's really awesome. I'm so glad that this makes you excited to read it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's really wholesome. And then at the end, it's up again. And it was kind of like a blessing in disguise because they had the oven was too small, and she was already looking for bigger ovens for Timble so he could keep up with the demand. Rebuild it with the improvements. So they have a bigger kitchen now, with place for two ovens, with more, and they have a bigger cold storage as well. So in the end, it's kind of
Oh,
like better. Some really big thing as well is that
yeah.
she has this sword from her old life, and she has that hung up,
Yeah. Blood slinger,
blackwood
blood
or
slay.
something.
Blackwood. No, blood.
Bla- uh,
No, it's called blood. What something? Blood. Hold on, I'll remember.
black
It was
blackboard.
her
No,
sword.
blackboard.
No, it's called blood something. I remember it
Uh,
specifically because she says it. She uses it when she's talking to what's his name, and she puts it down, and it's called
uh,
black
black
blood.
blood. No, really.
Black
Oh
blood.
wow, we were
Yeah,
both
that's what it's
right.
called. Yeah, I love it.
Sick.
Okay, so she asked, dusting her hands and thinking about black blood leaning up in the loft out of reach. So it's like she's like always thinking about
Yeah,
her.
she hangs it up on the wall. So it burns. Once it burns down, she goes back for black blood, and she's like, it was really poetic because she was like, I'm standing in the ashes in between from my old life from the thing. I found it. Okay,
Nice.
I will just read this part where
Yeah.
she becomes a little bit poetic. Viv held her sword in both hands, head bowed. She'd forsworn her old life, crossing a bridge to a new land, now knelt in its ruin. This was the bridge burning away behind her, leaving her in a desolation. She tossed the blade back into the ash and took the only path that remained.
I love that. I'm glad you were able to find it.
Yeah,
So basically what she's saying is that like she just needs to move forward.
yeah, exactly.
That's all she can do.
Yeah, and so this is also a little taste of the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the writing is, yeah, it's just really nice. And yeah, where I don't remember where I was. Where was I? The
Oh, that
rebuilding.
they rebuilt it and all the community helped and they were able to like expand.
Oh yeah.
So wait, I need to know what happens between Tandri
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
and Viv. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like usually I'm not like about like love, but for whatever reason it's like sapphic love. I'm like I love it.
Well, at this point, it's still like people are saying stuff to her, and she's like, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry." And there's this gnome. I think that's the old dude that the cat likes, and he's like, "Is there congratulations in order or what?" And she's like, "What for what?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I got the time wrong. Maybe it should be later then."
Oh, he has like precognitive
Yeah, it seems
like
like it. He's
yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I love how subtle that is. Oh, maybe not yet. Okay, I'll come back in like a year.
yeah, I'll come back later. It's I'm a bit of fussy with time, so it's probably not happened yet then.
I don't want to be like if I ever have like precognitive like anything, I want to be that. I want to be that mysterious. I want to come too early and be like, "Oh, it hasn't happened yet. All right, I'll be back."
Yeah, exactly. It's just such a power move.
It is. I
Yeah,
love
so
it.
it's
Okay.
it's rebuilt and they have more windows as well. So Tendry and Cal come in with this really big thing and it's really heavy and stuff. And Viv's like, oh shit, let me help. And then she has to open it. They say like open it, and then that's the hangout board thing. Like in front of the shop, they have this thing which says Legends and Lattes. So that's basically
Oh,
their shop hangout thing.
oh,
Yeah, and Cal made some improvements. So it's like an updated version, and he sort of like smithied the sword in it. Yeah.
oh. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, so the sword is in there as well now, and she's like, "Oh shit, this is so cool! Thank you guys and stuff." And so that's the last thing before the grand reopening. It's so cool, right?
It's so cute. Oh my god, I love this book. I haven't even read all of it, but I already love it.
It's just so cozy. And then there's one last menu update, and it says grand reopening, and then coffee, exotic aroma, and rich, full bodied roast. And latte is a sophisticated and creamy variation. And
Ooh.
drink, or any drink, iced, a refined twist. Add one half bit. A cinnamon roll, heavenly frosted cinnamon pastry. Timlets, crunchy nut and fruit delicacies.
Aw.
Midnight crescents, buttery fold over with a sinful center.
Oh, I like sinful censor. Hmm.
And then they were like, "Oh, people need to be able to go away with their drink. Like, people want to just go, but they have to sit here to finish their drink. So they they decide to make travel mugs. So basically,
Oh,
like, you can purchase your own mug, but leave it there. But once you get your coffee, you can just take it with you,
I love it.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So on the menu, it also says inquire about traveling mugs. And then after the fire, so this is the reopening, it says also what flames could not consume never shall be extinguished.
I'm such a fucking sap. That's so
It's so cool, right? It's just very
Po-
soft, I guess.
poetic. Yeah, it's really like the epitome of cozy.
It
And see, the other
is.
thing I was learning about cozies is that like the stakes they don't necessarily have to be super high, but some.
Ga maar door.
I'm sorry, are you taking a picture?
I was making a video.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't know. I just feel so. Oh, God. I love it. But yeah, no, they like that the stakes don't necessarily have to be high, but like some of the elements in there can still be pretty intense. Like losing her entire fucking coffee shop is
Yeah.
awful. But
Uh-huh.
I think it's a good thing to like think about because even when you lose everything doesn't mean you lose everything. And it actually got better for her in the long run. And now I need to know about Tandria and her. Like
Okay,
what
yeah.
happens?
Yeah,
Okay, tell
so
me, tell me.
the Scalford Stone is stolen after the fire.
Okay.
Which surprise, who stole it? Wonder who that was.
Yeah.
um
Landlord guy.
no, it's the old colleague.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucker.
And so the one who broke in as well. And so he stole it, and she's like, okay, well, fuck, okay, what do I do now? So that's also why she didn't want to rebuild, or didn't feel the effect, the need to be rebuilt, because it was also said that once fortune draws you in, you should be prepared to have a setback, like
Yeah.
really hard setback. So she was like, okay, the fire, this is it. Um, and after that, the gnome is also like, okay, well, that's all just myth. It's not really that. And um,
Oh, this gnome dude, the older guy, is
it's
so
so cool,
cute.
right?
I love him. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. Um, and so he's like, yeah, it's basically, it just draws in like-minded people. So she finds Cal and Tandri because of the stone. So it's basically like a found family thingy for her. Yeah, I know, right?
I
Oh,
can't.
River. Oh.
I just feel I love books like this. Ah,
Yeah, no, it's so cute. I love found family stuff. It's one of
I
my
love that.
favorite things.
I love that it's like, first of all, that it was wrong, that it's not just about like
Yeah.
abundance and like wealth and that kind of thing, but it's like for family. I'm like, I'm dying right now.
Well, it's not really like actually for family, but for her, it turned out to be her found family thing.
I love that though. Like
Yeah.
it's like for whatever your heart desires.
Uh huh. And then
Aw.
she went with the rebuilding. She asked Cal for some readjustments, which she didn't tell Tendry about. Because throughout the book, Tendry was like, "Oh, you should also invest in your own life and not only in the shop." And because she was just sleeping on some bed,
Yeah,
a
like that's what
bedroll.
Cal said the same thing,
Yeah,
and he was
exactly.
like,
And so Tendry said that as well, and he was so um she never really expanded from the bedroll. And so after those adjustments, she took Tendry upstairs. Um, at first, it was some sort of ladder, but now it's an actual stairs that she goes up
"Aw,
to. And
I love
then
it."
on the landing, there's two doors. And she's like, "Look, here's my bedroom." And she's like, "Whoa, you have an actual bed and actual furniture." And she's like, "Hell yeah." Do you want to see the other room as well? And so she opens the room and it's an older bedroom. And Tanner's like, wait, what's this for? And she's like, it's for you if you want to have it.
Aw,
And so Tanner's like, what the fuck? And
aw.
it's just really a really sweet moment because it shows her like her
Growth.
yeah and also her how do you say that, her trust in Tandri, because
Yeah,
she kind of sees her shop as her and Tandri's shop now.
yeah.
um and so she just kind of wants to give back to her what Tandri has given to her.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's
So
the part where they kiss.
oh, snap! She's not gonna be using that room for long. That's gonna be something else.
Yeah, I was also thinking like, why do you have this other bedroom? But oh well.
Well, maybe she just didn't like, I feel like maybe that's because she didn't want to, um,
Yeah, force.
force someone to be in the bed. Like, that
Yeah,
makes
no.
sense to me.
Totally.
But that they're not gonna use that room.
Not for
It's a
long,
ni
maybe.
yeah, it's a good, gesture, but that's not gonna happen.
I mean, it's nice to have your own space.
Yeah, I agree.
You
Like,
can
and
you can sleep over at people. They don't live far from each other, so they can have sleepovers all the time.
I love it. You're so cute. Yeah, true. True, true, true. I just like, I can't not sleep without Andrew in the bed. Like, I need him next to me, otherwise I just like don't sleep well.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
I know. I'm weird.
No,
But
not weird.
that feels like it ends perfectly.
Yeah,
Is that the way it
it's
ends?
yeah, that's the end. I left some things out like Lainey's storyline and the I don't remember what they're called, but the landlord guys. And so there's like subplots and stuff, and so I'm sorry for not covering everything.
You can't cover everything in an hour.
No, true. You're
When
so right.
building took, yeah, building that, the initial one took like a long ass time. Like that was part of the reason why it was taking me so long, cuz like I understand the like reason behind it, but
Yeah,
I get
like world building.
well like there was just so much building. Not world building, but like building, like like nail
Yeah, exactly.
hammer and like I
Yeah,
I
they
don't want to
take a
say
long time building the store up
yeah.
before it actually opens. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm really excited to like dive in after this. Like I feel like I'm going to sit today and just like read more.
Yeah.
But so thank you. And
Yeah.
I hope our listeners enjoyed it as much as I did.
Oh man. I hope so. Otherwise, we'll probably have an interestinger episode next time.
Okay, who so far who is your favorite character?
Um I think Tandri, just because she's very like sort of chill and cozy.
Yeah.
Um and she's very caring. And I guess she has a very soft personality.
Yeah.
Um and she had some things in her past that she wants to escape from, and so she finds Viv, and yeah, she's really helpful and stuff.
I think my favorite character has to be Viv.
Yeah.
I just think she's like really cool. And I also just love that like her dream was this shop, you
Yeah.
know, after having such a harsh, like, you know,
Harsh
she,
life. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And she was so badass. And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to be soft for a little bit.
It's like this crazy career change. It's the
Yeah. And
one opposite to the other.
yeah. And now I also know that my second favorite character is going to be that old gnome guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but he's in the top. I already know this.
He's not very much, he doesn't have much screen time,
Oh,
if you
that
can
doesn't
call it
matter.
that, but yeah, he's pretty cool. It's a
I
cool
love,
dude. And
I
I
love like,
also like the dire cat as well.
yeah. I love like side characters that are just
Yeah.
like banging. You know what I
Oh
mean? They're just
man,
like
in
so
the
cool.
We Are Lost and Found, James is such a cool character, dude. He's just so cool. And he's also described as being very charismatic, and everyone just wants to be around him. Like he has this orbit that people will come into.
Yeah, yeah. Like he like pulls people in.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
He's just very artsy, and he spits these wisdom things. So yeah. Um
I love it.
I think you'll like We Are Lost and Found as well.
Yeah, I should definitely give that a try. I'm gonna finish this,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if I'm gonna if I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm
You
like,
have so
oh,
many books lined up, right?
I know, I
Yeah.
really do.
It makes
I
it
need to.
hard to choose.
Yeah, yep. I wanted to tell you too. The last book that I finished was The Butcher and the Wren,
Yeah.
and that's like a true crimey book, and I actually really enjoyed it. There were some things that were like, meh, I could have done without, or that seemed kind of like you're making me hot.
I'm sorry, ik
That's
word je
okay, me too.
aangestoken.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm like ready to eat breakfast and but anyways,
Dude, it's late there for you to
oh,
have breakfast, right?
I'll have brunch. It's fine.
Brunch. Yay yay.
I'll be it's second breakfast, you know. Second
Yeah, what
breakfast.
about second breakfast?
I don't remember what I was saying. Anyways, I really enjoyed this episode. I hope our listeners did too.
Yeah.
Uh we would tell you where to find us, but just, look at the show notes.
Yeah,
You can
it's
find
all
us in
there.
it's all there, guys. All right. We hope that you like, subscribe, and comment below
Yay yay.
all the things that you liked, whether you've read this book, because I know this book is pretty popular right now.
I
And
guess, yeah.
yeah.
But not without reason, because it's very chill. It's super
Yeah.
cozy. Like the cover says, it's a high fantasy with low stakes.
Yes.
Yeah. If
All
you
right.
don't mind spoilers and you have listened to this and you're like, let me check it out, do it. Do it.
Do it. Yes.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh wait, what is it that you say all the time?
Yay yay.
Uh nee, je zegt van you
Oh, yo, volgende keer bij ons.
nah, Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Which means you next time at our place.
Yes. It's always at our place, kind of.
Yeah. It's always at our place because we're online.
It is always at our place. Love you guys.
Yes.
Keep
Oh,
keep reading.
do we
Do we?
just keep turning those pages?
I can't believe I came up with that. It's so lame. Oh my god.
It's going back to haunt you now.